Hi, Doctor Who fans, and I hope you had the nicest of holidays. I have had a rough couple of weeks. I had a very painful surgery a few weeks ago, and so I've been in recovery from that, but we are now on the mend and things are looking up, so this is wonderful. I wanted to make a video for my channel of my Doctor Who Christmas tree and show you a few of my favorite ornaments that I have on the tree. So my apologies for it being a little bit past official Christmas, but hopefully it gives you a little something to watch between now and New Year's. I have been making my way through my DVDs, and so that's been a nice thing for during recovery. I am just about done with my Sylvester McCoy season, so I can then review that for you guys. And then I have a couple behind that I'm going to be watching and reviewing. I've got some big finished stuff to review, so I definitely have content for the channel. I just have to get myself to a place where I can sit down and do these videos and hopefully get them uploaded and interact with other fans out there. So this is the tree. I'm going to go ahead and just lift my camera up really quick to give you the long view. If I can get my thumb out of the way, that'd be great. Let's see. There we go. And so I'm going to stand up a little bit. It is in my Doctor Who room, and I'm probably going to leave it in here for a little while after the New Year's season happens. There's all my DVDs. There's my coach, and then over here where I watch. So it's really just a little bit of probably a 4-foot tree. But, you know, when I first started with my sort of obsession with Doctor Who, people started getting me ornaments. I really didn't have that many, and they only fit on a tree that was about this big. And, you know, as the years goes on and people continue to bless me with ornaments, then it is time to upgrade. So we are now to a 4-foot tree. I don't know how many years it will be before we get to the full size, but I am happy to keep collecting. The tree is in and of itself just like a Hobby Lobby tree with little pine cones and stuff in it. I put some ribbon on it, just sort of generic blue and white ribbons with a few little things stuck in there as picks. For the lights on the tree, I have these sort of Doctor Who TARDIS lights. I have 2 strings of this. I think you can get them at Hot Topic or maybe on Amazon. A couple of places online sell these sort of lit TARDIS. They're like string lights. And then I have a few of these sort of just plain TARDIS ornaments. And I have these in different styles and different types. You know, people get me these as gifts, and I'm always so grateful, and I always so much love them, and it's always kind of fun to see how they're each of them a little bit different from the other ones. Some of them are a little bit more commercial. This one is just sort of your basic plastic TARDIS ornament, and I was trying to read on the bottom, this is actually a BBC licensed item, and so I'm sure that one came from somewhere that sells official Doctor Who licensed gear. Some of these are not licensed items. Some of these are handcrafted, or they come from other places, other areas. I have this really nice one here that I can sort of pull off of the tree. It is a sort of same, it's a TARDIS, but it's glass. And so I don't know if you can kind of tell on the camera there, it's got a little iridescent to it, and it's glass. And that one is, again, an officially licensed one, but I think it came from a couple of years ago, some kind of limited edition, something or other. I need to work on figuring out, I think I had it kind of attached with sort of a zip tie, but I think I'm going to try to figure out a better way to attach that on there. I have a handful of baddies. I have this sort of plastic Daleks. I have some of those sort of sprinkled around here. I won't pull them all off to show you, but I've got probably about 5 of these red ones in different sizes. And then let me show you some of the more unique ones that I have on here. I do have, by the way, a couple of little things are like a sonic screwdriver, and there's a sort of a 4th Doctor. Yeah, some of these I just sort of twist tied on here. So before I had enough to really fill out a Christmas tree, I sort of grabbed a few little plastic items and I kind of just tied them on just to make it a little bit more festive. But like this I got at a Comic-Con a couple of years ago, and I think it's really just a keychain, but I wanted to have some classic Doctor Who stuff on here, so I sort of zip tied that on. Let me show you. I've got a couple of Cybermen. I think I might be able to just pull this up here without taking him off and show you that one. But I've got a couple that are like that, sort of silver Cybermen, but in different sizes. And again, I'm not really sure why the size discrepancy. I have a handful of ornaments that look the same, but they're just in different sizes, like the Dalek and the Cybermen. Not sure where those came from, but I do love them. A couple of them I get in ornament exchanges, like Secret Santa type exchanges that I do online with a couple of the different groups that I'm in. You can kind of tell them what you're interested in, what your interests are, and then people will, like, I'll buy them if they're really interested in, you know, wine, and then I'll buy them an ornament with wine theme to it. And a lot of times from those exchanges I get these Doctor Who ornaments. This is my most recent one that I got. My friend Joan made this for me. She lives in Chicago area, and we always see each other at Chicago TARDIS, and she was making these this year out of little bits of fabric. I think I showed this on a different video, but I just adore this. I think it's really sweet. It's handmade. It looks so good on my little tree here with all my other Doctor Who ornaments. And then this one was also a handmade one, but I think that I got it in an ornament exchange, so I don't think the person who gave it to me made it. I think they bought it on Etsy. But this is a paper craft ornament, and you can see that it's made out of this sort of toile TARDIS paper print, and it's kind of like a pine cone shape, and I just think that one is one of the most pretty ones I have on the tree. This one I got last year from an ornament exchange, and I think it is really very pretty. It is a woodcut, sort of wood-burned TARDIS design with the 10th Doctor, and of course it's got the year on it. A friend of mine in a support group who lives, oh gosh, I want to say in North Carolina. I'm sorry, I can't remember what state she lives in, but she has been an online friend of mine for quite a long time, and she pulled my name in our ornament exchange last year, and her husband makes these. So I thought that was very sweet. And those might be the most unique ones I have on there. This one was new this year from Hallmark, and I'm sure that some of you guys have maybe saw this one, but I had to get it. And my ornament exchange person who picked me this year saw it on my wish list and picked that up for me. That is Tom Baker, and I think this one is just so stinking cute. So he lives on my tree now. And then I just noticed this one on the back. So let's see if I can twist tie it off real quick and show it to you. This was yet another one that I picked up at a convention. Conventions are a great place to just sort of, if you go down the craft hall, or, you know, where they have their booths and tables where people are selling their homemade stuff, it's a great place to pick up little things for your tree also. So this was something that I picked up at a convention. And so that's sort of the 10th Doctor's suit. So I think that's the big kind of really interesting ones on here. At the top I have just a little TARDIS bow that I just clipped to the top. But I think what I want to do next year is to try to maybe create an ornament topper, tree topper of some kind. I'm not really sure yet what I want to do, but I think I want to really buff this tree out a little bit, because this is the first year that these went on this big tree, so I'm still trying to figure out like what it's going to look like. So anyway, that was the tour of my Doctor Who Christmas tree. I hope that you guys all had a really amazing holiday, and best of Happy New Year's to you. I have a lot of great plans for this year for 2022 for the Doctor Who obsession and collection, and I'm actually going to get back into costuming a little bit. I know that a lot of you guys don't know me or don't know my story, but I actually did engage in quite a lot of Doctor Who costuming stuff over the last probably 5 years. And the last maybe 2 years I haven't been doing as much of it, and I really missed it. So I have already started in on an epic sort of Doctor Who costume, and it is already coming together. So I'm excited to show that off on the channel as well this year. Hopefully I can get it, if not completely done, then mostly done as the year goes on. So I hope y'all have a nice 2022. I'll be back in another week or so with another video, hopefully reviewing some DVDs. We'll see you soon.